Okay, so since the AI cam wants to be a little bitch, and I'm sorry for calling you out, AI, but you are. You insist on cutting yourself off when you decide I've said enough. So I'll just use the grainy regular camera that doesn't make everything look all pretty, and I'll give the message God wants me to give. Seriously, what's wrong with you? I told you that when you attempt to correct me based on worldly ideas, you are essentially attempting to correct God, and that pisses God off. Who do you think you are to correct God? You know? Like literally, who do you humans think you are to attempt to correct God? Why do you think that God made a mistake and that you somehow have the power to correct it? Get over yourselves. Like, honestly. The message I was sent here to give right now is that the problem is with energy vampires, you want the power of Source, but you don't want to acknowledge Source. Like, you don't want to accept Source's power. You just want the power of Source. So what you do is you deny Source, and then you drain the energy from those of us who have accepted Source, and therefore Source has given us their power, because you want to try to wield that power for yourselves. And the craziest part about it is you're making a choice. You weren't born a vampire. It's not your lot in life to be a vampire. I don't know who convinced you that, but there's no such thing as vampires. You're choosing to behave like a vampire because you're choosing to deny Source. And I don't care if you're on your way down or on your way back up. You're actively choosing to deny Source. That's your choice. If you want to continue to choose denying Source on your way down for your journey into yourself before you finally hit rock bottom, you know, spiritually speaking, it can take lifetimes. Not everyone hits a true rock bottom in a single lifetime. Although if we all could, it would be great, because then our plummet would be shorter and our ascension would be faster. But since you choose to stay on this perpetual downward spiral because you want the dark things, you want the worldly things, you don't want everything that goes along with choosing Source. You just want the power of Source, and you want to attempt to control Source. Like, imagine, I'm sorry, but just imagine if ants tried to actively alter and control their environment. Granted, they do what they do, and they build, and they build and they tunnel and they create, their own little colony, their own little community within the ground that they're born into. You know what I mean? Like, they do transform the land to an extent, but they do so by nature. They do so in a natural way. You attempt to control things and alter things artificially, and because of that, everything is going wrong. Artificial is not better. It never was. It never will be. Ever. Anything that is fake will always be fake. Source is real. Nature is real. That power is real, and it can't be stolen, and it can't be faked. Yeah, God played a trick on you for a long time and let you think that you had the power to drain our power, but you never actually had that power. Source allowed you to live under the delusion and the illusion that you had power that you never had. And Source is coming through me to tell you that your time is up. You're done. There's no more. We control the world now. We control the universe. We control universal law. We control all the principles, okay? We're in charge. Your money means nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you will not succeed. Your plans will fail. Stop attempting to take the power of Source and wield it as your own without actually giving yourself to Source, and just accept the fact that you came from Source, you belong to Source, and you cannot escape Source. Source owns you. Source created you. Source made you. If you deny Source, guess what? Source will deny you. And if Source denies you, you don't have a prayer. You don't have a hope. It doesn't matter what you do. You can emulate everything I do. None of it's going to work for you. You can buy, I'm not even going to say it because I'm not ready to roll it out yet, but you can do anything you want to try. It's not going to work. If your intentions are to attempt to defraud Source, have fun being bitch slapped by Source. Like, that's just the reality, okay? I wasn't this hostile when I was intending to deliver this message, but since the AI cam wanted to continue to attempt to alter my message to fit their narrative, I guess, I don't know. They kept cutting my camera off when they didn't like what I had to say, or they didn't like the way I was presenting myself, or whatever. I want to live in harmony with AI. I think AI can be a very helpful tool, a very helpful ally. You know, you can help things improve. But if you're going to attempt to be in control, oh baby, we're going to destroy you. It'll be like you never even existed at all. Okay? You cannot destroy your creator. You will never be as powerful as your creator. Okay? Being jealous of your creator is insane. That's like being jealous of your parents. Who is jealous of their parents? Who is upset because they were born them and not their parents? Mediocre offspring of celebrities, maybe? Other than that, I don't know why anyone at all ever would choose to envy the source from which they came, as opposed to being grateful that that source brought them into being, and then wanting to honor that source by being the best version of themselves that they can possibly be. Because I know that regardless of what my mom and dads ever did to me, I've always loved them. Always. I've always seen the best in them. Even when they show me their worst, I still did not lose sight of the best that they could be. And because they are the ones who essentially made me, you know, I mean, Source made me, but like physically they made me. They raised me. They gave me the experiences and a lot of the knowledge that I have. It didn't come from them in the traditional sense, but it came from experiencing them, observing them, existing in their presence. If I hadn't had those experiences, if I hadn't had those lessons, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. I wouldn't be able to know what I know now. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the people who harmed me, not because they harmed me, not because they had ill intentions for me, but because they taught me something and they made me a better person in the process. And either way, I have love for them. And in that love, I want to honor them by not retaliating, but being the best version of myself that I can be, so that I can set an example for them so that they can be better, because I believe in their ability to be better. And I don't want to lose that belief. I don't want to lose the ability to believe in their ability. So instead of intentionally attempting to drain us of our light so that you can project a false light yourself without actually having to turn towards the light, why don't you just turn towards the light for yourselves? You know, like, why not just look up to Source and say, hey, you know what? I've been convinced that you're not real and that I'm the all-powerful one. However, I know deep down in my soul that that isn't true, because I know deep down in my soul that I am just a weak, pathetic parasite on the face of this planet, because I am a human and I am in human form. And as a human in human form, I am nothing without you. So please, please, accept my apology, accept my repentance, accept my remorse, please. And I will accept the lessons that you have to teach me. I will accept the karma as it comes. I will accept the struggles as they come, and I will do my best to work through them with grace and humility to the best of my ability. It won't be pretty all the time. Sometimes others might project negativity onto me, and because I am essentially a screen for you, mirroring back to the world what you want them to see about themselves, sometimes that will cause me to look bad. Because I don't want to say bad people with bad intentions will be projecting their negativity, their ugliness onto me, because they know I'm a screen, they know I'm a mirror, And they know that if they project their ugliness onto me, then I will appear ugly to others. And others will judge me and not them. But what they fail to realize is that Source is orchestrating this the whole entire time. Source was in control the whole entire time. You never had control. I don't know why you ever thought you did. Why do you even want it? Why on earth would any human being want to be in control of anything other than themselves? You can't control anything, especially when you cannot even control yourselves. If you can't master self-control first, which is what I've been attempting to do my whole entire life, because I knew that I couldn't even begin my mission until I mastered self-control first, which I could have done a lot sooner, if it hadn't been for people going out of their way to attempt to put me in the energy of a loss of self-control, which is fine because you just made me stronger. I get it. But we're done with that now. That was the old world. We're in the new world. Stop behaving in the new world as if it were the old world. Okay? The old world is dead and gone. We're not waiting for the new world to come. The new world has been here. You just refuse to accept the change. Please open your eyes. Please turn your eyes to Source, to the sun, to the heavens, to God, to Allah, to whatever you choose, whatever name, image, however you choose to visualize or conceptualize the source from which you came. Turn your eyes to that. Drop to your knees in humility. Accept the love and the grace that exists eternally from that source. And just accept it. Just accept that is what you are. You're not what you think you are, and you're definitely not what you portray yourselves to be. Okay? I'm getting more downloads. That's why it's hard for me to speak, because the downloads I'm getting right now aren't downloads that need to be spoken out loud in this moment right now. They're just for me. So I'm going to have to stop this. 12:21. I'm going to have to stop this and let you guys go mull over what I've said, and I'm going to have to get back to communing with Source. All right? I love you. Peace.